Hey y'all, what's going on? Ellen Japanese here, and I think my first post about me addressing the YouTube world was a while back. I'm gonna fucking cut to the chase. I am a WWE fan, and there's a really weird trend that's happening right now, and it includes Daniel Bryan and his push versus the McMahon Triple H uh, rival that's happening right now, and the idea that I would have never guessed in a million years that hipsters, wrestling hipsters, would exist. Hipsters, fucking wrestling hipsters. And I want to be as, direct and short as I possibly can. Because, what I'm saying? I'm a record collector. And I also love music. I love live acts. And I love to see people succeed. The people that I love, I want to see them always to succeed. I never want them on the lower level, you know? I never want. My favorite band is Stereolab. That's my favorite band. And I always want them to hit popular because honestly, I want to have conversations with other people about my love for that band. So, or anything else, you can talk about all like the sellout bands that were once like popular in the underground, and now they got like public notoriety, and people are like chanting them on and him or her on and having a good old time enjoying their art as much as you did when they didn't know them. So let's get to the program. Um, so Daniel Bryan right now is in a program with Triple H where he's getting his ass kicked, and how he's a troll, and how he's this guy who can never succeed in the WWE because he doesn't fit the fucking mold. Are you guys seriously? Did you just start watching wrestling yesterday? When you get the attention, you are over. This is a fucking tactic to sell tickets for a guy to get behind. Man, come on, man. Seriously. Ass in the seats, underdog, fucking. This underdog is being oppressed and he's being beat down and he's doing all this stuff. But I'm getting all of these. I mean, I tune into the podcast, and I tune in to all like discussion and stuff about wrestling. And you take a guy like Daniel Bryan, okay, he rose the ranks. Now, the hipsters, wrestling hipsters that I'm complaining about, all those people who loved him, man, fucking rode his ass until he became popular, like a fucking band like Jimmy Eat World or some shit like that, right? As soon as they get national or like outside your like comfort zone of popularity, as soon as they can get that popularity, they're all of a sudden a turn off. It's like, give me a fucking break, man. Give me a break from that hipster mentality of anyone that you love and you like and you kept them to yourself, and the struggle of them having to like rise the ranks. They finally fucking get there and you turn on them because they're popular. And like anyone that you can't maybe necessarily relate to, all of a sudden, you basically turn your back on him. Fuck Daniel Bryan, he ain't shit but a sellout. But all along, you rode his like fucking coattail to him actually being successful. Oh man, Daniel Bryan, he's so awesome, he's so this, he's so that. Why is he not getting more notoriety? Why is he not main eventing? In comparison to, like this is like my thing, like my analogy I want to make. The construction workers on the side who are like, there's this hot babe that walks by every week. Maybe she's going to get lunch or something, and she's a babe. And the construction workers are always catcalling. They're like, hey, baby, what do you want? Like, hey, yo, oh, yeah, you look so good. You look so good. And she just continuously walks by because she's tuning out that fucking noise. One day that bitch decides to turn around and says, alright, big guy, what you got? And they back down, right? They go like, oh man, I'm married. I'm only doing this because it was fun to do. And fuck with you. I'm married. That's some shit, They back off. Because she turned to them and gave them the opportunity of a fucking lifetime. That they've been chastising her for a while now and making her life absolutely fucking miserable. Daniel Bryan worked his ass off to get to the top of the food chain in the wrestling world. Now all of a sudden, these people who have been like supporting him so much, I mean like seriously, supporting the living shit out of this guy, as soon as he gets his fucking moment to shine, you're like, fuck Daniel Bryan, he's getting his ass whooped, he's a sellout, other people like him, and all of this stuff. I'm like, you know what you are? You're a wrestling hipster. You are a wrestling fucking hipster. Because like what hipsters and bands and like fads and things, they do that. As soon as this small collection of people support something, as soon as like it breaks out and gets popular, tipping point type shit, as soon as it gets popular and branches out, that little small community of supporters that helped him get there, all of a sudden turn their fucking back. Give me a fucking break. You want to call this filler? You want to call this like tiresome? You want to call this anything more than your bullshit hipster mentality towards this guy who worked his ass off, that you were once behind, like your favorite band that all of a sudden's on MTV and doing some shit? All of a sudden you hate them, or you turn your back on him, or them, regardless. We're talking Daniel Bryan here. He's in a position that he's been wanting for a very long time. For all you motherfuckers that turn his back on you, you are the people that he wants even much more behind him. It's common sense. He didn't break his fucking neck. No, sorry, not break his neck, not like physically, but he didn't work his ass off to have all of you guys basically say fuck you because you're getting over. People going, yes, people who don't even know who he is, they're just following the trend. It's like, oh man, fuck Daniel Bryan. Like, do yourself a fucking favor. If you're a real Daniel Bryan fan, and you're a real wrestling fan, like, seriously, man, you are the gear that continues this side of wrestling, this this performance of wrestling. And a guy like him, and a guy like anyone like him, you want him to be successful. Just like your favorite band who was not as popular or successful, that band gets successful, and you go, hell yeah, I got more people to fucking relate to. Don't be a fucking wrestling hipster, man. Don't be a wrestling hipster. Be a wrestling fan and understand the business of wrestling, and not try to discredit or downright eject from how hard a person like Daniel Bryan worked to be not only your fan, like a fan of his, of other people, like-minded people, even if they're not, maybe they're new, let's fucking support the success of this guy. Let's just support it, please. Let's just support it. It's all fantasy. It's wrestling. It's scripted. It's not like anything more than a scripted plot, and this guy has his opportunity. The last guy who tried to do some shit like that? Zack Ryder, right? And he posts all these fucking YouTube videos, and he got over and 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 over. When he got over, people fuck Zack Ryder, fuck him, fuck this, fuck that, I can't stand him. All these people who got behind him when he was trying to do his campaign to get over, and all of a sudden they got over, and all of a sudden all you motherfuckers decided to say, fuck Daniel Bryan, fuck him. He ain't shit. He's annoying. He's green. He ain't this, he ain't that. Wrestling hipsters. Are you really a wrestling fan? Are you really a wrestling fan? If you were, all the people that you're behind and you root for to get over, once they get over, continue to fucking root for them. Is it that fucking hard? Or you're like, oh, it's too good to be true. This ain't the fucking Attitude Era, nor is this the fucking Ruthless Aggression Era where you were trying to put over new talent. You know who's part of that Ruthless Aggression? John Cena. And how you love fucking John Cena. When he was the rapper and he was the Ruthless Aggression, he was like the whole chain gang and all that shit, and how refreshing it was outside of all the old regime, and how fresh and awesome it was. As soon as he got the fucking nod to be the face of the company, all of a sudden he's the enemy. Wrestling hipsters. Fuck out of here. We're dealing right now with Daniel Bryan. Now, are you going to be a wrestling hipster? Or are you going to be a wrestling fan? Are you going to go along with the program? Or are you just going to be a fucking... What's the word I want to use? A bitch. I guess bitch. Oh, it's too good to be true. I'm a bitch about it. Man, seriously, chill. You got what you want. Now run with it. And on that note, I end this video here. Don't be a wrestling fucking hipster. be a wrestling fan. Roll with this Daniel Bryan push as an underdog versus the Triple H McMahon regime that's happening right now. Seriously. See, I mean, just run with it, man. Don't be like, ooh, Daniel Bryan, I'm tired of him beat down. No. Do you know how many wrestlers in the back that would want that fucking beat down week after week after week to get over? Who's your next fucking? Oh yeah, Cassius Ohno. I think he was just fired. Who? Seriously, who is your next guy you want to get behind until you fucking throw him under the bus when he gets popular? That you want him to get popular and get over. Who's your next wrestler? Ugh. Drives me crazy. But oh well. This is what you deal with within the wrestling universe. Seriously, man. Just going on with this shit, man.